Now on Fast Track News, lower speed limits on streets in and around Purdue. Are drivers getting the message, and is it making campus safer?
Plus, take a look at this video we captured earlier in the week as students camp outside a local leasing office, all to make sure they can secure housing for next year.
Plus, Purdue has the world's largest drum, and now maybe the smallest, like really small, the width of a human strand of hair. All your campus news, weather, and sports is straight ahead. This is Fast Track News.
Welcome back, Boilermakers, to another semester of Fast Track News. I'm John Waterworth.
And I'm Julia Prickett. It's Friday, September 22nd. Our top story today, the housing crisis. Finding a place to call home on campus next year led to several Purdue students camping out outside a local apartment office. Take a look at the video we captured earlier this week.
This is Granite's main office, a local management company. This is that same office Monday night. Students camped and waited in upwards of 14 hours just to secure housing with Granite, sleeping on sidewalks and tents in order to claim their spot for next year. Many were not happy with how the process had gone and how the influx of students might affect their own college experience. And how long have you been out here?
Probably 8-9 hours.
8-9
hours, something like that.
And what are you trying to get a house, an apartment or something?
Yeah, we're just trying to get a two-man here, and right now it's just ridiculous.
Why are you out here right now?
I'm out here because I'm waiting to sign a lease at 9 in the morning tomorrow.
So what time is it currently?
12:30.
So you have a couple hours to wait, Hella. How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling good. I got myself a chair, I got myself a blanket, got this water. We out here.
If you are interested in staying on campus in a resident hall next year, the university residence website says their housing portal will open on October 9th.
Imagine having such good grades, it's criminal. That's what one former Purdue student is accused of. In 2022, Mohammed Bouftis ran an unsuccessful campaign for PSG president. According to court documents, Bouftis is accused of changing his low grades, resulting in a 3.8 GPA. It wasn't until some faculty raised suspicions about his transcript that Bouftis' grade changes were noticed. According to court records, Bouftis is currently out on bond. He's facing 6 counts of forgery, 5 counts of fraud, and 1 count of corrupt business influence. He is scheduled for an initial hearing next Friday. We contacted Bouftis' former PSG running mate, who was unavailable for comment. We also reached out to Purdue spokesperson Tim Doty, who told us that Bouftis is no longer enrolled at the university.
It may officially be fall, but it still feels like summer here in West Lafayette.
And if you're hoping to enjoy football weather under the lights of Ross A tonight, sorry to disappoint you. You can forego the stadium blankets and hot chocolate.
But hey, maybe the Heat will fire up the Boilers as they take on Wisconsin. Meteorologist Lily Tordill is here with a first look at the forecast.
Yeah, John and Julia, it may be starting fall, but we are still on a higher trend of temperatures than what we've seen in previous years. Taking a look now, our high is 82 today with a low of 60 degrees. We're only seeing calm winds of 6 to 8 miles an hour and less than 10% chance of rain today. So it will be a lovely game day for us out here, but again, a little bit warmer than what we may be used to. Taking a look now at our hourly forecast, again, 75 with a high of 82 today. But we do cool down, especially for the game, as that temperature, as the sun goes down, and we decrease in temperature to about 79, 73, and then 66. Hopefully seeing that Purdue win tonight will be, again, a little bit cooler after the sun goes down. Taking a look now at our weekend outlook. Again, today 82 with a low of 58, but tomorrow we start our cool down into next week. We have 80 on Saturday with a low of 54, and then 77 on Sunday with a low of 53. So we are starting that cool down this week, but I will talk about that in my full forecast later. Taking a look now at our game day outlook, again, hoping for that Boilermaker win against Wisconsin tonight. Again, it'll start pretty warm, especially if you're tailgating early afternoon. It will be, again, mid-80s. But after the sun goes down at about 7:45 for most of the game, we're seeing, again, cooler temperatures, 73, 68. You may end up wanting a light jacket, but hopefully you're cheering enough to warm yourself up.
This week, Purdue received its highest ever undergraduate national ranking from U.S. News and World Report. The 2024 rankings issue placed Purdue at number 43 out of 435 universities featured in the survey. That's up from 51 last year. In a news release from Purdue, the university says the report gave it high marks for full-time faculty, reputation among peers, and the earning potential of graduates. President Chang was quoted saying the ranking is yet another reflection of the hard work by our students, faculty, and staff. Several schools within Purdue rose their individual rankings. The College of Engineering moved up the list to number 8, and the new Mitch Daniels School of Business jumped 9 spots to number 21.
This fall, the university made some changes to the Purdue ID cards. While some of us are now old school with an actual card, all incoming undergraduate students were issued a mobile identification card. This new decision is part of Purdue's innovative move to a mobile-first ID system. Mobile-first is a new strategy being implemented at many universities. By simply holding the device near a reader, Purdue students are able to conveniently enter residence halls, campus buildings, use their Boiler Express, and access their meal plans.
Purdue is known for having the world's largest drum, but a Purdue engineer has come up with a really tiny version of that. Take a look. The world's smallest drum is only the width of a hair. Professor David Capilleri came up with the idea as a test for a new 3D printer. It's called the NanoScribe Photonic Professional GT2 3D printer. It's housed at the Burke Nanotechnology Center in Discovery Park and is the first of its kind in Indiana. According to a university news release, it was acquired through the National Science Foundation. The university says the printer helps researchers in microrobotics learn more about mobile micro-robots. Guess it would be pointless to roll out the new drum during the game tonight. Unfortunately, no one would see it.
Just like Wisconsin won't see the gold and black train coming, right?
Here's hoping.
Also new this semester, new hours at Hicks and other campus libraries. Hicks, along with HISI and the Parish Library of Management and Economics, will be open from 8 a.m. until midnight, Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 to 5, Saturday 1 to 5, and Sunday 1 to midnight. Hours for all libraries on campus can be found via the QR code on your screen.
A former Purdue student accused of killing his roommate last year was recently found competent to stand trial. That was the order issued by the court last week for Jimin Shah. Shah was arrested after police said he called 911 to report the killing of his roommate, Varun Chedda. It happened in a McCutcheon residence hall room early in the morning of October 5th. Also, according to court records, a status conference for the case has been scheduled for 1 week from today.
Up next, making your way around campus is about more than just getting to class on time.
That's right. Safety issues surrounding the mix of vehicles and pedestrians are becoming more and more prevalent at Purdue. Reporter Sydney Hollingsworth has the story.
Drivers in the Purdue area may have noticed a change in speed limits on roads around campus. Streets affected include sections of Cherry Lane and McCormick Road, which are reduced by 10 miles an hour, and Airport Road, Grant Street, Mitch Daniels Boulevard, and Martin Jischke Drive, which were reduced by 5 miles an hour. We spoke with Chief of Police at Purdue, Leslie Weedy, to discuss issues in safety with vehicular and pedestrian traffic on campus.
We have a huge influx of people, pedestrian traffic, people using bikes, scooters, skateboards as modes of transportation to get across campus. So it's definitely changed a lot.
I'm standing just outside of Walk, where on a typical weekday, pedestrian traffic can get pretty heavy. While some students prefer to walk, others are on bikes, skateboards, or motor-powered vehicles, such as VO bikes or scooters. With the population at Purdue getting increasingly more congested, let's see how students feel about getting around on campus.
Personally, I try my best not to drive on campus at all because a lot of people don't respect the lights or waiting their turn, and often I feel like a lot of people step out right in front of you because they have their headphones on or they're looking at their phones or they're thinking about their next class.
You have to realize you're on a campus and there's a lot more people and just things going on, so you have to be more cautious when you drive.
With the new speed limit impositions, drivers in the area should remain aware of traffic laws, pedestrians, and other vehicles on the roads. This is Sydney Hollingsworth reporting for Fast Track News.
Pay attention on those roads, Boilermakers. The last thing you need on top of all the academic stress is a speeding ticket.
Up next, A look inside the new upgrades at PMU's Rack and Roll.
And still to come, our question of the week. Find out what students had to say about their dream jobs.
We are energetic, we are motivating, and we are unique.
I don't think you can beat Quidditch.
Earlier this month, the Union Rack and Roll Bowling Alley reopened after being closed for major renovations.
For the first time in over 20 years, Rack and Roll now has a new look and new attractions that update a staple of Purdue culture. But what has changed in the new renovations? Reporter Samuel Roos has the story.
Before now, the last time that Union Rack and Roll got renovated was back in 2001. The bold new renovations haven't spared any inch of the facility except for the original lanes, which have been in operation since 1936. After almost 90 years of operation, Union Rack and Roll continues to remain the place where students leave no pin left standing.
A couple weeks after reopening, the new renovations at the Union Rack and Roll seem to be right up the visitors' alleys. The changes include updated flooring, ceiling, lighting fixtures, and more. So how have the new renovations been faring? Let's hear more from Travis Houston.
We did a replacement on furniture, and we replaced the pin spotting machines, which are now string machines, and we added a new concept called hyper bowling. It's where you can bowl with bumpers as an adult and be able to get pin counts as multipliers toward your score.
So whether you're interested in the new hyperbowling concept or the old-fashioned way of doing things, the new renovations provide something that all Boilermakers can enjoy.
Our weekly events consist of unlimited billiards on Wednesdays. We have Thrifty Thursdays, $2 bowling, $2 shoe rental on Thursday evenings from 8 to 11. And then we have boiler bowling on Fridays and Saturdays from 8 to 11 as well. It's a great atmosphere for students.
For Fast Track News, I'm Samuel Roos.
For those wanting to visit the newly renovated location, Union Rack and Roll is open daily and hosts special events Monday through Saturday every single day. So good luck and watch out for those gutter balls, Boilers.
Happening next week, a university-wide emergency test will take place. The Purdue Alert Emergency Notification System drill will happen at 10 o'clock next Thursday. You'll hear all the hazards, outdoor sirens go off, along with emergency text notifications, digital signs, and classroom alertness beacons and desktop pop-ups. According to the Office of Emergency Preparedness, the U.S. Department of Education requires a test like this each year. Purdue typically does 2 tests, one in the fall and one in the spring.
Up ahead in my main forecast, I'll tell you exactly about the cool down that we're expecting and our next chance of rainfall just up ahead.
What does it take to be a Purdue tour guide? You've got to know your history. You have to know your facts. Gotta have that Purdue spirit. And you have to walk backwards.
Are you looking for a new hobby?
Or you want to have a fun evening with your friends?
Then come climb to new heights at the Co-Rec climbing wall.
Football. It's the best time of the year. You know what else is great? The world's largest and fastest mascot. You can't have Purdue football without the trains. Look for the Reamer Club outside Stewart Center, 12 to 5 p.m. on Fridays before home football games, for your chance to ride the Boilermaker Special for free. See you then.
Welcome back, Boilermakers. Today, for our current outlook, we've got a high of 82 with a low of 60 degrees overnight tonight with calm winds with 6 to 8 miles an hour and less than 10% chance of rain. And again, that sunshine is going to be out there today, so we're looking great for game day. Again, hoping for that win. Taking a look now at our hourly forecast. Again, 75 for noon. We do start to heat up again, high of 82. We reach that mid-afternoon, so if you're tailgating, maybe a little bit warm for you. But as the sun goes down for the game, again, sun will set about 7:45. It starts to cool down a bit. So again, we get 73 at 9 and 66 overnight. Again, low of 60 overnight, so really early morning tomorrow we'll reach about 60 degrees. But tonight, again, end of game, hoping for that win. It should be cool enough for you out there. Taking a look now at our weekend outlook, we've got 82 today with that low, 58 to 60 overnight. Saturday, again, we start to see this cool down trend. Tomorrow we'll see 80 with a low of 54, and then Sunday we'll see a chance of rainfall in the afternoon with a 77 high and a low of 53. Taking a look now at our game day outlook, again, hoping for that Boilermaker win. We'll see, again, tailgating will be warm. It's high of 82, but that cool down, we see 73 and 68. Again, clear overnight still. So hopefully when you're cheering on the Boilermakers, it'll warm you up enough that you don't need a light jacket tonight. Taking a look now at our national forecast, we've got a slight risk and marginal risk for states out to our west, but this is moving towards us, and we'll see that coming up into next week. Again, we've got rainfall set up for most of the week here. Taking a look now at exactly what that looks like. Here's our 7-day forecast. Again, 81 tomorrow with a low of 54. Again, Sunday evening into nightfall, we see that rainfall come in. 78 as our high, but again, that cool down, 74, 71. We continue to see this trend of 70s for next week, so we're starting to feel just a little bit more like fall, but with that fall temperatures, we do see some of that fall rain here, but our lows of 50 overnight will feel pretty cool, especially after having rainfall all day. So make sure to pack an umbrella coming up this week. But overall, really get out there and enjoy those temperatures to our start of fall.
Just ahead, a win for the Purdue softball team with new head coach Maggie Frizzotti. I'm Ellie Akra. Don't go away. Sports is next.
I mean, every year's different, but it hasn't changed that much. Our league is just ominous, and you better lace them up tight and be ready to play every night. If not, you're going to get beat.
Purdue sporting events are picking up with the start of a new semester, and many teams are still finding their footing. Fast Track reporter Travis Davenport has the story on last Saturday's football game.
With college football kicking off full swing, Purdue returns to a sold-out Ross-Ade Stadium to take on the Syracuse Orange. While the Boilermakers do have a new stadium, a new head coach, and a new quarterback, they play an all-too-familiar opponent in the Syracuse Orange, a team that beat them last season in an overtime thriller. This year, the Boilermakers are seeking revenge with their fans and players not forgetting what happened a season ago.
With kickoff underway, the Boilermakers are off to a fast start as the defense pitches a quick 3-and-out, and the offense moves the ball down the field with ease. Initially, Hudson Card is able to work his connection with wide receiver Abdur-Raham Yassin to get the Boilermakers all the way down the Syracuse 5-yard line. But then, disaster strikes. The Boilermakers fumble on 4th down. As the game drags on, fumbling continues to become a reoccurring issue as Purdue lost a fumble not once, not twice, but 3 times throughout the game. Additionally, QB Hudson Card threw an interception late in the second half that kept the Boilers from closing the 21-7 gap at halftime.
I mean, you know, you talk about penalties, mental errors, and turnovers will lose you games, and we did that in abundance tonight.
While Hudson Card and the offense found more success in the second half, Turnovers and penalties continued to haunt the Boilermakers throughout the game and ultimately hindered them from closing the gap. As the time began to run out, so did the sold-out crowd's patience. While Purdue fought hard until the end, the turnover issue was too much to overcome, with the final score reading Purdue 20, Syracuse 35. While revenge was on the mind of many, disappointment was ultimately the outcome. Nevertheless, Coach Walters and the Purdue squad remain optimistic for the season's future.
We'll get better. Like I've been saying since the season started, this team will continue to improve as the year goes.
Reporting from a sold-out Ross-Ade Stadium, I'm Travis Davenport, reporting for Fast Track News.
Tonight, it's on to Wisconsin at Ross-Ade as head coach Ryan Walters aims for his first Boiler win at home. Watch our Instagram for Fast Track coverage beginning at 7 p.m. The Boilermaker volleyball team took a 1-3 loss against USC last Friday night, but it wasn't all bad news. The match saw 40 tied scores over 4 sets, and libero Maddie Schermerhorn matching a season-high 22 digs. The loss brings the Boilers to 0-6 in its series history against USC and 6-3 on the season. Purdue volleyball travels to Maryland tonight for a 7 p.m. battle against the Big Ten opponent. Speaking of the Big Ten, the Purdue women's soccer team opened Big Ten conference play at home on Sunday, suffering a 1-0 loss against undefeated Northwestern. The Boilers kept up with the Wildcats until a Northwestern goal in the 57th minute, also holding a 5-1 advantage in corner kicks. Freshman Lauren Omholt had a game-high tying 3 shots, and the Boilermakers moved to 3-6 on the season. Purdue women's soccer played Maryland Thursday night and travels to Rutgers Sunday. Purdue softball started a new chapter this past weekend with their first game action under new coach Maggie Frizzotti. Sports reporter Sebastian Lux was on the scene for the doubleheader action.
We are here today at the beautiful Bittinger Stadium where the Purdue ladies softball team will be taking on the Marion Sabres in a doubleheader. This is the first matchup of the 2023 season, and while it is exhibition, there's going to be a lot of attention on how new coach Magali Frizzotti has these girls getting ready to play ball.
It was the debut for first-year head coach Magali Frizzotti, who officially became the 5th head coach in program history back on June 16th. The Boilermakers took care of business in the first game of the day, defeating Marion by a score of 7-2, as we take you over to action from the second matchup of the day. Purdue's hitting started slow but exploded for 8 runs in the middle innings. Marion did not have an answer for the Boilers as it was hit after hit. The rain started to fall following the offensive surge, but that did not deter the fans as there was quite the turnout at Bittinger Stadium. The Boilers' pitching closed the door as Purdue held on to defeat the Sabres in the second game of the day by a score of 9-1. The Boilers combined for 16 runs on the day while only allowing 3 as Coach Frizzotti's team starts out the fall season with a 2-0 record. Reporting for Fast Track News, Sebastian Lux.
The Boilermakers softball team is back in action Saturday at 2 p.m. against Huntington University and Sunday against Lakeland College at noon and Ball State at 2:30. Entry is free for all Purdue students with a student ID. That's a wrap for sports, but stay tuned. Fast Track will be back right after this quick timeout.
Hi there, my name is Vikram Jaithlak and I'm the founder and president of the Purdue chapter of the University Blood Initiative. Over the past 2 years, we've been able to collect over 300 pints of blood to be donated to local hospitals, and you can be the next one to help out.
I donate my blood at the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative.
Hi, I just donated blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
Right, I donated my blood through the University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
And I donated my blood at University Blood Initiative at Purdue.
Now to our question of the week. With all of the career fairs going on, what is your dream career, Boilermakers?
Veda Kirsch went out to Memorial Mall and asked students what they thought.
Dream careers, I really want to work in manufacturing.
My dream career would be applying electrical engineering in the field of avionics.
Hopefully I'll be a R&D engineer for a medical device company.
I want to work for the World Health Organization one day.
Hopefully one day systems architect in a big company in Chicago.
Ideally, I would be starting my own firm.
My dream career is working for big electric vehicle company.
Taking one final look at our forecast here. Here's a look at our 7-day outlook. We see 81 tomorrow with that sunshine, but again, that's going to be one of our last chances to see it for a good bit. We see a lot of rainfall coming into our area next week, but that rainfall is bringing cooler temperatures, so we will get that good taste of fall that we've been waiting for after these high temperatures that we've had. So again, 74, 71, 70, 77, and back to 70, but again, lots of rainfall, so make sure you pack an umbrella this week, but really get out there and enjoy the beginning of fall.
With Fast Track back this semester, we have begun posting on our social media again.
This week, you can see highlights from Purdue sports games, behind the scenes of our latest stories, and our new team for Fast Track. Follow us on Instagram at Purdue Fast Track News for more.
And that's a wrap for this week's edition of Fast Track News. Join us again next Friday for more campus news, weather, and Purdue sports.
Have a great and safe weekend, Boilermakers. See you next time.
What does mental health mean to me?
Mental health means to me.
Mental health means to me.
I think it's essential.
Mental health, I think, is something that is not as acknowledged as physical health.
Putting my emotional well-being at the top of my priority list.
I would say it means taking care of my mind, body, and soul.
Mental health means to me checking in with myself and what I'm feeling.
I maintain my mental well-being by stopping to smell the roses.
I maintain my mental health by being able to set aside time to do things I enjoy.
I get my nails done a lot. That makes me feel nice.
Spending time with family, celebrating my sports teams, and exercising.
I just take some lazy days off through my schedule once or twice a week, depending on the level of burnout I feel.
By taking a step back and doing something I enjoy, such as cooking or hanging out with friends.
Want to try something new? How about learning an Irish jig? Come leap into the semester with the Irish Dance Club. No experience is necessary, so come to a meeting at the Stewart Center from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. See you there.
The Center for C-SPAN, which is this organization, the CCSC, what we do is we facilitate like a bunch of organizations, different programs for Brian Lamb, which is the founder of C-SPAN. Anyone can be part of CCSC, whether it be through our various internships, our competitions, just to be involved, even like our student community meetings that we have every week. Anyone can go, you don't have to be communications or poli-sci. You just meet so many people. The connections you make is kind of crazy, the range that CCSC has. So yeah, it's just provided me so many opportunities to like kind of achieve the goals I have personally and forward to like whatever career paths I choose.
You're watching
Fast Track News.
You're watching Fast Track News.